Actually, yet there is no market study which would allow the use of aggregate contracts. So as of the moment, it is the single largest completed contract.
So the single largest should be in the 50% only, not 25%, sir?
Yes.
So it will not be considered as expandable supply, sir, as stated on the GPPB?
Oh.
So sir, since the ABC is quite large, so the single largest should be 40M.
Correct.
Yes. So can we, however, in the case of expandable supply, said LCC must be at least 25% of the ABC. Can we not do that?
The procurement is not under that. So it is not expandable supplies. It's laptops and printers and desktops. So they are not supplies.
All right. So because it stated that it will cause a failure of bidding monopoly that will defeat the purpose of competitive bidding. If that is the case, as you know.
Market study stating that. So that is a condition for using the aggregation of contracts. So walang sinabit na market study which would support the use of aggregated contracts. So pwede lang natin gamitin as of now is the single largest completed contract. Stress on the word single.
All right, sir. Noted on that, sir. So the single largest contract would still be 50% of the ABC. So the 25% will not be considered.
Because this is not expandable supplies.
Because as explained, I think expandable supplies are.
Argue with you.
Kasi sir, actually pasok siya as expandable supplies.
It's not expandable supplies.
Yes, sir. Kasi as stated na sa RA 9184 is the spare parts sold to be procured for a life expectancy of more than 1 year. That will be considered as expandable contracts.
In your opinion, our opinion is otherwise, so we are not considering expandable supplies.
All right. Okay, sir. That is noted. And yes, sir. Sa eligibility, later na lang, sir, for the technical.
You cannot call the questions with regard to that for reference.
I'm sorry, sir.
You have to be asking questions.
Later na lang, sir, so to give chance to the others if they have questions on the eligibility documents.
Later. How to ask questions when we call you regarding all your questions regarding this.
All right. Sige, sir, I'll go now to the technical specifications.
Okay.
Sir, I'd like to ask let's go first to the desktop.
Okay.
So the 1080p camera with dual microphone shutter, does it mean to a certain brand?
Built-in yan, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yeah, built-in. Because if we specify the 1080p, that would refer to a certain brand, sir. So other brands does not have a 1080p camera with dual microphone shutter. The others has 720p. So with here there's a yeah.
Yun po yung specs namin. So any comments will be noted.
All right, sir. It will be given a chance for a 720p.
It is noted lang, pero we will just release some inputs in case we change the specifications.
All right, sir. And for the laptop, sir, I have a question on the side docking connector that also pertains to a certain brand that only one brand has that. All five brands does not have a side docking connector, but to Lenovo. So it pertains to a certain brand, which is Lenovo. So with here, we already see that certain. Yes, sir.
So it will be in case na magpalit ng specs.
Is there a possibility, sir, that it will be taken out as it pertains to a certain brand, as mentioned?
What we're discussing there is no brand stated. It is your opinion that no air source. And it proves that these are electronic and parts may be easy to replace. So it is your opinion that it is only referring to one brand.
All right, sir. Opo.
Whether or not, yeah, there's a possibility that because it will be discussed later on by the Congress. Okay.
Yes, sir. So if in case, sir, with the side docking connector, can we possibly offer a third party side docking connector on that?
So we will just, you please just wait for the communication, we will fix it.
All right, sir, we'll do. That's it, sir. That's my only question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next leader, prospective leader from ASI, Mr. Jose Miguel Ventanilla.
ASI. ASI.
Mr. Ben Tenilla.
ASI can hear you. ASI. ASI can hear me. Considering the number of prospective leaders, we'll go back to ASI.
Good afternoon, sir. Sunny video niyo po from Advanced Solutions, ASI. I think si Sir Mitch yata po nagkakaroon po ng technical data po sa audio niya.
Okay, can you turn your camera?
Hello, sir?
Can you turn on your camera?
Ano pa po?
Can you turn on your camera?
Sorry, sir. Wala pong camera po yung desktop po ngayon.
Okay, so there is a question for us.
Wala po, sir. Sorry, sir. Hindi ko po maintindihan masyado.
Do you have any questions?
Wait, sir. Medyo malabo po yung dating sa ngayon, sir. Medyo parang nagkakaroon po ng static yung voice nyo.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Meron po sana, sir. For the desktop, sir, computer.
Yes.
So may I proceed, sir?
Yes, go on.
For the storage, sir, yung M.2 to 242, can we request po sana, sir, na may umit po natin to, and then tag po rito, i-simplify lang natin as a 512 GB SSD M.2 PCI NVMe. Since po ang ibang brand po kasi hindi gumagamit ng 2242. Usually nasa 2280 po ang ginagamit nila. Or okay lang po ba gumamit kami ng 2280? For that matter, sir.
We will look into your queries and just wait for people in case we consider your request.
Thanks, sir. And then additional, sir, for the power supply, can we request, sir, na i-allow po yung factory standard? Since po not lahat ng brand po gumagamit ng 135 watts adapter.
Same response, sir. So noted po yan.
Any other questions?
No, sir. So, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yung about po sa power supply, may ano po pa natin po, sir, may change po natin to factory standard.
Noted po yan, ano nyo, request nyo. So just wait for the people in case na magpalit kami. Magbigay kami.
Then, For the CPU, sir, yung dimension niya na 7.05 by 7.2 by 1.36 o 1.5 inch with rubber feet. Since po may dimension siya, nagpo-point na po siya sa isang certain brand. So, yung mga ibang brand po natin hindi na makaka-comply due to the dimension. So, it's okay po sana kung i-omit po natin yung dimension and then i-retain natin sa factory standard para po makapag-comply yung ibang mga brand ng desktop.
Okay din po yan, sir. Same, ano lang po. So, just we put it in case na para sagot natin sa queries.
In addition din po, for the monitor, yung bundled monitor po niya, meron po kasi nakalagay sa fixed response time. So, okay lang po ba, sir, kung gawin na lang po natin factory standard? For that?
Sige, sir. Noted din ako yun.
Okay, sir. And, sensor napansin ko po, sir, dun sa monitor and sa desktop, meron po tayong requirement na mounting, which is yung VISA mount. Sa desktop kasi may nalagay po, sir, na VISA mount na 75mm and 100mm, which is sa tingin ko po parang iisa lang po yata yung tinutukoy natin sa mounting ng desktop and the monitor. Okay lang po sana kung i-omit na lang po natin yung 75mm and 100mm dun sa desktop. Then retain na lang natin po yung VISA mount bracket kit.
Noted din, sir. So, pag-usapan namin yan.
Okay po. And then, sir, dito po sa other requirements, sir, yung HDMI cable. Additional po ba to or ito yung ano natin with kailangan po may HDMI cable so additional may HDMI cable. Kung may bundle na po yung monitor namin, so okay na po kami doon.
And yun dapat sa siya.
Okay na po sana ako, sir, sa desktop. For the item 2 na lang po sana, sir, sa laptop. Okay lang po ba, sir? May I proceed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. For the storage, sir, ang requirement natin is 512 gig na SSD M.2. So, kailangan po ba may capable ang unit namin ng dual drive, which is kasi sa requirement po natin, merong provision for HDD up to 2 terabyte. Kailangan po ba dalawang storage ang capacity?
Hindi po pakiulit.
Sa storage po natin, sir, may requirement po tayo na 512GB SSD, M.2, PCIe NVMe. Tapos po, much have provision for HDD up to 2 terabyte. So which is po, ibig sabihin po ba nito, ang dapat po yung laptop namin is capable for 2 storage, which is isang M.2 at isang SATA o HDD drive. Tama po ba?
Hindi ko maintindihan sa
Sir,
dalawang stories ang lalagay na sa natin. Di ba may M.2 siya? Isang 2 terabyte. Bali dalawa ang nakasunod sa laptop.
Kung ano nasa spec lang yung lalagay na.
Any other questions? Mr. Lonja,
hello, sir.
any other questions?
Additional then, sir, for the Bluetooth na requirement natin is Bluetooth 5.2. Can we request po, sir, na i-relax po natin at least 5.1?
Noted din po yan, sir. So, pag-aralan natin po, bakalitan natin.
Any other questions?
Sir, clarification ko lang din po. Lahat po ba, sir, ng inquiries namin lalabas din po ba sa bid bulletin?
Lalabas lang yung sa bid bulletin if a correction is made. If there is no correction to the DOR, no bid bulletin will be issued.
Okay. Sige po, sir. Thank you po, sir. That's all po, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Lai.
The next prospective bidder, Machine and Computer World Incorporated, Ms. Isay Melendez.
Machine and Computer World.
Hi po, good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry po from Computer World Incorporated.
Yeah.
Sir, sa moment wala pa naman po kami questions. Yung sa ano lang sir, sa copies of the bid docs na kailangan namin i-provide. Iko-confirm ko lang, tama po, no? 1 original and 6 copies yung kailangan namin i-provide for the copy of the bid documents.
One original 6 copies, bookbound, hardbound, properly labeled with index tabs.
Okay sir, noted po.
Thank you, Dr. Lai.
Next, Integrated Computer Systems Incorporated, Giovanna Marie Arimado.
Hi, good morning po, Joanne Arimada from ICS. Sir, kaklarify lang po namin for the SLCC, would you consider po ba if yung contract is for desktop only without laptops and printers?
Ang nakalagay sa ngayon is, so, kinumpay natin before na laptops, desktops, and printers. We note your request, should we decide to revise it, you issue it bulletin. Should no bulletin be issued, the SLCC requirements will remain the same. Okay?
Thank you, sir. For the technical specs, sir, we have William Yu to raise some queries.
Can you repeat that?
Good morning, sir. I would just like to raise a question. I'm William from ICS Center. So I would just like to yes, sir.
Hindi malinaw.
Pagod na po. Okay na po.
Sir, hindi pa rin malinaw. Mas malinaw yung dating representative mo.
How about now po? Okay na po?
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Okay. So yes, sir, this is Liam from ICS, sir. I would just like to raise the following questions for the technical specs po. So, first, sir, is for item 1, sir. As I noticed that the following specifications, sir, are pointing to a specific brand and model po. So, I would just like to raise these following concerns, such as the USB ports po. Would you consider relaxing the fast charging features since this feature is not available for some brands po?
We know the request, it's a similar request of the others. Should we decide to relax the requirement, we issue it with attention. No bid bulletin is issued, the requirements remain the same. Okay?
Yes, sir. So let me just go through with the others, sir. And another concern would be the vase mount bracket, sir. So as I noticed here as well, sir, that it has dual size. You have dual size for the bracket, the 75 mm by 75 and 100 by 100. So instead of this, sir, would it be possible that we can replace this line item to a compatible bracket with the included monitor?
Once again, we note your request.
We would like to, would you consider relaxing the dual size bracket to instead a compatible bracket with the included monitor?
as mentioned by the bank chair, your request is noted, so, in case there are changes in the specifications, a bid bulletin will be issued.
I see.
This
Thank you,
was
sir.
raised
And
previous,
another would, go ahead, sir.
this was raised already by the previous bidder.
Say again, sir. I'm sorry. Apologies.
The in-question mo kanina na-raised na the previous bidder, yung sa BESA mo.
Yeah. Yes po, sir. We nearly have the same questions din po.
Kaya, so the same response to the same question.
Yes, sir. So, let me just proceed with the monitor, sir. So, as stated earlier, there are actually, since this monitor is actually pertaining to a specific brand, can we relax the following requirements to at least manufacturer standard, the response time, the power consumption, and the monitor weight? Since if we are going to proceed with the following specifications, this would lock the specifications to that certain model po.
Noted na, sir. Same question din po yan, previously. So noted na po yan, so na-raise na. So, just wait for the people in case, there are some changes in the specifications.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And for item number 2, sir, let me just pull it up here. Okay. I'm sorry. For the USB port, sir. So there's one port in the USB port that is not actually available for the others, for the other brands, which is the side docking connector. Would we consider omitting this requirement so that other brands can comply?
That was also raised in the previous, by the previous speaker. So noted na yan, sir.
Sige. Noted, sir. And lastly, sir, another question would be the in regards to the other requirements at the laptop, sir, the very bottom. So minimum trademark of 12 years is do you mean that the brand existence of at least 12 years, sir?
Tama ko.
Yeah, okay.
That's in the market for a minimum of 12 years.
I see. Thank you, sir. That would be all for my end.
Thank you.
The next bidder, Accent Microtechnology Incorporated, represented by Ms. Edna Atlan.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. This is Edna Aplan from Accent Micro.
Ako. May mga questions yun?
May mga few queries lang po ako, pero si Miss Val, siya na lang po ang magtanong regarding sa query. Miss Val?
Yeah, hi, thank you, Edna. So good morning. My name is Val. I am from Dell Technologies. I'm basically going to ask the questions in behalf of Accent Micro. So for the technical aspect po ng bid, I think majority of the other bidders have also raised the same questions. No? So we've also noticed the same when it comes to the port requirement. It points out to a specific model of a specific brand. So we will be sending a letter po on the items which we are requesting to relax, specifically on the USB ports. For the power supply, this is also very specific to a certain brand, 135 watts. So we will be requesting for a manufacturer's standard to fit the form factor that we are going to offer. As for the VESA, this has also been raised earlier, so we will also be requesting the same for a manufacturer standard to be supplied. I think there was also a question earlier on the cable, on the HDMI cable for the monitor. I don't think I heard the answer correctly po, but is this going to be an additional cable or kailangan po ba yung kable ng monitor is complementing the desktop po ba?
Yes, ma'am, dapat HDMI. HDMI siya.
Kailangan HDMI. Okay, so additional HDMI. Okay. For the notebook po, sir, we noticed po from the TOR, there are 2 drives that are required. Pero yung secondary po is a provision. In the TOR, it was written as HDD. Is it possible po ba, sir, to accept an SSD as the backup storage? Yung provision po.
Yung SSD yung ano yan eh, yung main.
Ano po, sir?
SSD, di ba?
Yes po. I'm asking po, sir, for the secondary drive. Kumbaga, sir, the unit that we will offer po can be configured using 2 SSDs. So yung backup, yung nakaabang, is for an SSD rin po, sir. Will that be okay?
No, tama. Pwede. Yung backup, pero is SSD type.
Okay. Yung next po, sir, is on the laptop keyboard. So may specific requirement po dito na nakasulat. The keyboard should be spill resist multimedia function keys with unified connection control. This is pointing to a specific brand as well. I wanted to ask po, ano po ba yung functionality ng unified connection control that we are pertaining to? Yung communications na control, unified communications.
Para sa lahat. Unified.
Opo, sir, but the functionality po nito, is it, kasi most of the other brands would have a volume control to basically control multimedia and other communication applications. Will this be accepted?
Yes, ma'am, nandun na dapat yung control nasa keyboard.
Okay, sige po. Okay po. Just clarifying lang po. And yung sa dock connector po, it was also raised. We're also raising the same po if the manufacturer standard will be accepted po. Kasi if not, we will not be able to bid because it pertains to a single brand.
Noted po yun, ma'am. So that would be part to be fully in case it would be considered.
All right, thank you po.
From next is Dell Technologies, Ms. Valerie Fontano.
Ano po, I was the one who raised po the last, for AMPI, yes.
That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
For the information of the prospective bidders, the submission and opening of bids for the procurement of information technology resources is on August 25. The deadline for submission is at 1 p.m. The opening of bids is at 2 p.m. August 25, 2021.
Thank you. That ends the previous conference. Meeting is scheduled.
None, Mr. Chair.
There being none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chair, with the attendance of the following BAC members: Attorney Martin Palomar as chairperson, Ms. Angelian Jose, vice chairperson, Attorney Dan Jaramillo, Ms. Josephine Atlieri, regular members, Attorney Jens Deputy Lamon, regular member, Mr. Eric Maculangan, provisional member, and Mr. Repacio Balatbat, provisional member and user from ICTP. Likewise, have been attendance by the members of the technical working group and the members of the BAC Secretariat. On the part of the bidder, we have representative from Diversified Infrastructure and Architectural Development Boards Corporation.
Thank you. So in the foregoing, the Secretary of the Forum, HO-BAC-PGCS No. 082-2021 come to order. What is our schedule today?
We have 2 items in our agenda, Mr. Chair. The private conference for the procurement of technical support services for the Philippine Ports Authority's core application, and the pre-procurement conference for the renovation of ATM engineering office.
Thank you. Let's objection. Let's proceed to the first item on our agenda, the private conference.
The procurement of technical support services for Philippine Ports Authority's core application. This is an approved budget for the contract of 17 million pesos. And we have 1 eligible bidder for the project, and that is Diversified Infrastructure and Architectural Development Works Corporation.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Mr. Janvier Robulo.
Good morning po, sir. Good morning po, BAC members. 2 items lang po yung i-raise. Number 1 po, yung sa Secretary Certificate, we don't have the format, pero meron na po kaming na-prepare. I don't know it will be a compliant format on for this bid. So okay lang po ba kung ano yung existing na na-prepare na namin na Secretary Certificate, since walang form na or template na naka-attach doon sa bid documents, is we can utilize our own SecCert. Tama po ba ang intindi ko?
You can use any formula ng prescribed form provided doon sa Secretary Certificate, yung mapapakita na yung attire is of the designated authorized management. And it should be original and authorized also.
Okay po. Then the second thing po is yung na-mention kasi rito, just a clarifications lang po to. Anyway, na-comply before, pero still, wala kasi dito yung statement of the bidders single largest completed contract. Wala rin siyang form. So again, is it okay kung ano yung na-utilize namin last time? Is ito na rin yung isasabit namin na format? For the single statement of bidders single largest contract po. Completed contract, SLCC.
Wala kang requirement ng SLCC sa consultancy, pero walang form na naka-attach.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Kasi kasama po doon sa requirements under the technical documents to submit the statement of bidders single largest contract completed contract. Doon sa eligibility, wala pa po ito. Pero dito sa technical proposal, part doon sa requirements, doon sa technical component envelopes, under item G is stated the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract. Anyway, we already prepared the document for this one, pero hindi ko lang alam since walang template po ito. Is it okay to utilize what we have prepared?
Sir, ano mong page yung checklist na nire-refer nyo na nagre-require ng SLCC?
Ito po yung... Ito po, ito po yung binigay nyo na requirements last time na
Last time. Kailan yung last time? 10 years ago?
Pag-atis ng current.
okay. So, baka nga misnomer itong single largest contract na piniprepare ko anyway, it's part of the document last time, so I'm assuming na ito rin siya. So I'm sorry to ask my ignorance kung meron man bago na requirements for this sa consultancy. So again, kung walang single largest completed contract sa document, so I'm sorry to raise this question for the SLCC.
Purchase nyo, and para maging comfortable kayo, kung gusto nyo pong i-submit, pwede naman din po, kaya lang hindi rin naman natin sa ito.
Okay. Sige po. So yun lang po. I think the rest is wala na akong na-miss out siguro dito. Yan lang po. Everything is okay na po. Secretary certificate and the SLCC lang yung nakita ko dito na item.
Okay, for your information, the submission and opening of bids is on August 26. You should submit your technical and financial proposal at the same time, but we will open only the technical proposal on August 26, 2021. The deadline for submission is at 9 a.m. The opening of the technical proposal is at 10 a.m. August 26, 2021.
Okay po, ma'am. Got it.